Welcome to Hey Podcasters, where we bring live discussion with our podcasters' guests, find answers, and gain new answers to some of the most challenging questions about podcasting. We believe it's the best way to get tips and learn.
Here we are. Oh my goodness. We have waited for this day so long. This has been a long time coming. I'm like a little kid at Christmas. I really, really am. Gosh. Now, everybody can read our name plates here, but, Naghilia Desravines, she is the brainchild, the reason why we are here with Hey Podcasters. This lady is a visionary. She is the reason why we have WomELLE, why we have WomELLE magazine. And I am so honored just to be here with her. And we're going to talk about, Hey Podcasters, and anything else that comes up. You know, we both learned a lot during this process. So I'm Margo Lovett, the creator and the host of Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation, and Gladly Teach Podcast Academy Online.com. I love it. I love it. So with those preliminaries out of the way, let's just have a conversation. I think this is what we do anyway. Isn't that right, Naghilia?
Absolutely. And I think Hey Podcasters is one of them that we can have a longer conversation since we get to talk about podcasting. And that is something you love doing. I love business. You love podcasting. So that's our differences, I think. And I'm glad to be able to have Hey Podcasters with you. I couldn't see it with anybody else because I know that anything you put your mind into, you're gonna get it done. And that's one thing I love about you. And also, it gives us a chance to celebrate you, not just every other podcasters in the world, but especially you, because you are a great podcaster. You love what you do. When you are interviewing someone, I can hear it on your voice, the passion of it, the love for podcasting. So I guess throughout September, we are celebrating you as well.
Girl, you're going to fool around and make me do an ugly cry up in here.
Oh, no crying.
But you know what? That is the fruit of being able to do what you love. And so many people don't understand that about podcasting. They say, I have a business and I don't see the need to go ahead and be a podcaster. But at the end of the day, and I think that you can testify to this, we're people. And people do business with people. And when they can hear you, when they can see you, when they are right there and they're witnessing all the bloopers, all the things that don't go terrestrial radio, sound quality, but you carry on anyway and you have fun. Man, that makes a difference. And podcasters, you guys invite us into your space. So we have to put out the best that we can put out and say, this is it. And thanks for inviting me into your space, before your eyes, into your ears, into your lives, you know? So.
You know, as a business person, I'm just grateful to actually be a part of the podcasting community. I am not a podcaster myself, but it's nice to listen to all of these podcasters and how to build something that is powerful and that's teachable, that's helping other people in this world. For me, that's fascinating and I love it, especially when I was listening to a few episodes from Evo. I love his podcast. I just do. It's like anything he said, you kind of like, I can learn from this. I can relate to this. You're right. Yes, keep going. I'm listening. And also, I love Dev's podcast. And I guess because I really into technology and his focus is into that. And that's kind of like bring a lot. And when he's talking about different companies, different things, and you kind of like, oh, yeah, they doing that, right? So it's good for me to be in that space, you know, and I would love to continue to be in that space, even if I am not a podcaster, because there's a lot you can learn from them, because they put the time, they put the energy to research these things that a lot of us do not have the time to do. and the one that have guests, and you have all these guests coming in with the things that they have done, the knowledge. Knowledge is expensive. I'm not going to lie. For me to go to school to have an MBA and even continue with my PhD, that costs a lot of money. So when you have someone that's giving you their knowledge, it's worth a lot of money. And that's what I want people to take from September. Whatever you learn from these people, they pay money to learn it. If they didn't pay any money, they put a lot of time. Again, time is money. So appreciate it, and then reach out to them, connect with them if they can help you with something. For example, Ivo can help with a lot of things when I search his website and learn about him. So there are a lot of very powerful podcasters that's going to be a part of Hey Podcasters. So I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
Well, you definitely hit on a very strong point. All of these people, these podcasters are, they're not the old folks that are sitting around in the garage just yammering about what they're going to have for lunch, dinner, or date night last night. Yeah, we care about those things, but everybody brought their best to the table and what they give to the world. And that's what people have to understand. As you said, I don't have an MBA, but I am a lifelong learner. And when you listen to a podcast that's crafted really well, that's invested, where the podcaster has invested in what they're doing, then yeah, you do learn a lot. And they draw you into their world, into their circle. And that's where that following, that subscription thing comes in easily. You want to say, oh yeah, I want more of this. And I think the statistic went out where the average avid podcast listener has subscribed and is following up to 5 podcasts a week, because there is so much to learn. And Naghilia, what do you think about the different perspectives? We can agree to disagree, but the perspectives that come out of different podcasts it's like, wow, never thought about it that way. Yeah, maybe I can look at it that way.
Right.
What say you to that?
I totally agree with you. Even when I was listening to Ivo podcast, they're short. His podcast is not 30 minutes long. But what I like about it is the fact that the information he gives you in that 15 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever it is, it's already a lot. Even if you disagree or agree, it's already too much information that goes into your brain. And we are human. How much can we learn in one day?
And he brings out something every day. I think it's Monday through Thursday, podcast pontification. He just brings it. And you're right. It is so packed, so condensed, so full of, wow, I need to chew on that a bit.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, even if you agree or you don't disagree, you still got to go sit down and process it into your brain. So I guess at first I was kind of like, his podcast is very short. But when I get to listen to it, it's like, that's enough information for me for the day. Thank you so much. Now I got to go lay in the bed and figure it out. Everything you just said to me and process it. Because it's a lot. But it's powerful. It's short and it's powerful. So I guess podcasters, it doesn't really matter. For me, I realized that it doesn't really matter how long your podcast is, but it's what you bring into the table. What are you teaching? What are you giving? And that's what's make the difference. And that's what I find with Ivo content. I mean, like podcasts. It's powerful. It's short, but it's powerful. You learn something.
Ivo Terra is always challenging what's going on in the podcast industry. And I find him to be the kind of guy that loves the industry. He's been in it since 2004, and he wants to make sure that it just keeps evolving for the best. And if you can get people to think, if you can just present information in another way, then you're running a good chance of getting people to think about it in a different way. So
exactly.
That's powerful.
And that's what's powerful about podcasting. Go ahead.
You do the same thing with your magazine, though. WomELLE, it's not the traditional way of looking at women doing business. You have writers writers who have been with you from the beginning.
Yes.
And they understand the ecosystem of WOM Lead. And every month you bring the best. And I find that you leave us thinking and knowing we can be better in business. What Evo is doing in podcasting, that's what you're doing in print. That's the way I see it. That trade-off. That's why
Agree.
you have to be known in digital world and you have to be known in print because the two really do balance off of each other. What say you to that?
I totally agree. You have your voice. It's a powerful thing, but a lot of time people don't listen to that voice. And it might be good to just put it in paper for somebody else to read it. I love to read. Don't get me wrong, even in school, if you give me an ebook and I look at you like, where can I get the print copy? I have no time for that. So I still love the print book, the thing that in my hands I can read. And I believe there's other people like that out there that like to read, that like to be disconnected from computers, from iPad, from the cell phone, from all these things, and then just themselves.
Yes.
And I think that's what a WomELLE magazine brought. Another thing with the WomELLE magazine is when the magazine was created, is when you look at a lot of magazine, you see a woman in the cover, you see they're selling a body.
Yeah.
I felt like we are more than just our body. Yes, don't get me, we have a beautiful body. It's good looking, it's moving it, and guys is falling for it. But there's something behind that beautiful body, and that is the point. And we are smart as well. We are great leaders as women. And we have to show people that part of us as well to accept us in the business world. And that's what I do with WomELLE magazine. We forget about the body and we take out the brain and we show what you have to offer to people other than just your body.
At the end of the day, when you are guesting on a podcast and you're taking that expert position, when you can go ahead and be the brain versus the body, I hear what you're saying. That is powerful. And that's what people are looking for. That type of authenticity, that type of showing up. Don't you think? At the end of the day.
Exactly. At the end of the day is be able to show up and then give something that's worth having. You know, I listen to people that's been on podcasts, that's even been on radio and TV. They talking about things they have no clue what they are talking about. So don't do that. So if you're going to talk about something, talk about what you know. If you're good at the kitchen, well, start talking about that because that's what you're good at. You can cook. So and also call me because I'll be eating some of this food.
Me too.
I'm always hungry for good food. But it's always the brain, you know. You know, a lot of people said, I don't know anything. What am I good at? Trust me, you are good at something. You're actually awesome at something. You're fantastic at it. You just haven't focused on it to actually realize that what you are really good at. So instead of going to a podcast or even have an interview with a magazine and talking about something you don't know or something you have to go to Google, spend the next 3 years trying to figure out what they are talking about, talk about what you know. If you know how to raise kids, then talk about that because that's what you're good at. And I guess that's the only advice I could give.
That's powerful. If people can hear you and apply that, and we not look at each other. I mean, that just went out with the temptation walk. It's just a knife in your back to compare yourself. And I know all about it because I've been there, done that, and wrote an ebook on it myself. But we do bring much to the table as women, and as you collaborated with podcastacademyonline.com with this Hey Podcasters. We're finding that men and women bring so much to the table. Had it not been for the Evo Terras and the Chris Krimitsos who just built this bridge for us for podcasting, then we would not be able to be authentic. We'd still be trying to reinvent the wheel. everything would be willy-nilly. Now we have a standard, a bridge to stand on, to cross, and we build our own shows according to our own temperament, according to our own knowledge base. We don't have to steal from somebody else to sound like, as my mama said, pop our lips with our cootie gras. You are so right. Come with what we know. We're going to be all right. But you know what? One other thing that you always tell me is that consistency is key. Now, we can't sell shampoo by night and cars by day and think that we're going to land on our feet. Will you speak to that? Because you are when you started out with the magazine, we've seen the texture, the pages of, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing my fingers like this. You have to touch the magazine. We're not talking about a little flyer. We're talking about something that feels good in your hands. If you like print copy, this just feels good in your hand, and you just pop your button and say, I'm in this magazine. Yeah, I'm a part of this. It's not junk put together. And you started out with the same vision, and you just kept modifying it. But you always made it for women, and you always made it so that we could build our business. Because, like it or not, unless you are a hobbyist, podcasting is a business. And you have to go with Naghilia, you have to go with WomELLE to understand how to make this transition. So I digress a little bit, but it all comes back to consistency. And you are just a stickler on that. Don't come up here talking about you're going to do this one day. Oh, it didn't work. I'm going to run over. That's that shiny object thing. So will you help somebody with that, please? People who have been in business 20, 30 years are still chasing that bouncing ball, and it's just not right.
Margo, I think the number one problem is they are chasing money. I think that's one of the issues women face in business. A lot of women chase the money. Don't get me wrong, we all need money. Trust me, if you give me $1 million right now, I'll take it and I'll run with it and you'll never see me again. Because we all need money. But the issue is that when it comes to business, you also have to have something that's worth selling, that's worth buying, that's worth teaching. And it's not like, okay, when I first started WomELLE, all these ladies that I met when I first started WomELLE, a lot of them I don't even have as a connection anymore. And the number one reason for that is the fact that they change a lot. So every time I was looking at the LinkedIn page or the Facebook page, you will see them switching from being a business coach, now they're a health coach, from being a health coach and now the Jesus coach. I don't know. They just every coach. And that's a problem. Just because you wanted to be a business coach and you didn't make $1 million doesn't mean it's not going to work out for you. You didn't give it a chance. You try it for 1 year and next day, January 1st, you switch it to health coach and you have no knowledge about health at all. So you are just failing yourself. You're chasing money. So you become a business coach, you get 4 or 5 clients, you make money, you pay your bills, life is good. Okay, next month that's not working. Let me switch it to health coach so I can get some new clients. You have to make some sort of sacrifice. And that's what I did with WomELLE. But God always blessed me. We always have a roof under our head. So when I think that WomELLE gonna go down, actually never did. It went up. I just keep on continue. Even when I have to cry, don't get me wrong, I do cry a lot when I first started. Because I was like, this is not going to work. Oh my goodness. Oh, nobody like a WomELLE. Nobody want this. Nobody want that. I really was like that. But I realized that I have to stop and control myself and keep on continue. And I have to keep, like you said, I have to keep modifying WomELLE and what works, what doesn't work. So I try things for a certain amount of time. If it doesn't work, that means we are doing something wrong on it and we need to make a switch. We need to make a change. Not actually switching WomELLE itself, but the things that maybe the website need to have a little switch and things like here and there that's not, people cannot understand properly. And also I think one issue I didn't like videos. Seriously, in 2016, if you tell me let's have a video, if you look at my body, you can see that it's actually shaking. And that is one of the things that I have to get over with. And I have to say, you are one of the people, I don't think you realize it, that helped me get over that. Because I was doing a lot of videos with you, eventually I get comfortable with it. And for me, it was nothing. And meeting with other people, I keep doing videos and talking. I didn't like talking. Even being in the podcast is a problem for me. It's like, you want to interview me? I got to make research about this. No, thank you. I'm not doing that. So, but again, we have to make sacrifice. We have to stick to one thing. So if you go to school, you learn something, you might not like it. Don't get me wrong. I went to school for Homeland Security because I wanted to be a police officer, eventually become an FBI or CIA agent. Trust me, I applied for them. But when I gave birth to my son, everything changed. I didn't want to be that because I didn't want to bring guns to my home. I didn't want to bring anything bad that can actually hurt my family. So that was like, okay, that was a waste of money, out of the door. So I went back to school for psychology. And that's when people see me studying psychology, they always say, you're going to be a psychologist. Yes, that's my goal. I want to be a psychologist. But the number one thing is I wanted to mentor women. And in order for me to mentor women, I have to understand how the mind works. And that's the reason why I study psychology, to understand it, because everyone's mind is different. The brain is function different for everybody. And I want to be able to understand how to make my mentees better, how to teach them differently, each one differently. And that is something I want to continue doing. I am a business mentor. I will stay like that. And I will not become a coach because I don't like doing so many things, so many different things at once. I like to do one thing and stick into it for years and make sure it works. I give it my best. So if 20 years from now, WomELLE failed, I can go to sleep and saying that I gave it my best. It didn't work, but I did try it. And one thing I learned with WomELLE is that when I think WomELLE is going to $0, it actually went to triple, 3 times of that without even me realizing it. And we get so busy working in WomELLE, sometimes I don't even realize how much money WomELLE is making. It takes me it's like when I look at my QuickBooks, it's like, oh wow, we make that much money last year? I didn't even realize that. I was too busy.
Hallelujah.
So don't chase money. That would be my advice. Do not stop chasing pennies. And then the other thing I will say, stop competing with other women. Okay. One thing someone said to me is, who's your competition? I said, I compete with myself. I am my own competition. Everyone else I meet, I learn from them. I don't look at them as a competition. I look at them a way to learn. It's like when you're looking at most states, if you see a Walgreens, you're going to see a CVS right next door. Well, why do they have to be facing each other? They're like a competition with one another. So don't stop competing with each other. Actually learn from another. See if you are a business coach and the other girl is a business coach, try to see what that person is doing to make their business better. Learn from it so that you can make yours better. I'm not saying go steal their ideas. Don't do that. But you can learn to make yours better, to see why yours is not working, theirs is working. Maybe she's doing something better than you're not doing. You can learn from it and then make it your own. But
make it your
own. Don't go steal other people's ideas, because I see people do that to me all the time. They'll call me, pick my brain, next thing they know, they doing it. It's like, okay. Don't do that. But you can actually learn from someone. See what they are doing. Follow them. Actually, ask for a phone call. Most people really do not mind having a conversation with you to see how they can help you. I don't mind. Unless you're actually just trying to steal my ideas, then we have a problem.
Gotcha.
But don't compete. Support each other. Help one another. And stop. Business is not a stealing a husband thing, where the girl is trying to steal your husband. It's not what it is. We got to keep those petty things behind us and kind of like bring it as a community and support one another. It doesn't matter if you're a business coach, the other one is a business coach, because you guys will never be the same, because your brain doesn't function the same. So whatever this one is doing, you can't ever do that because it's not your idea. For me, I believe that God created enough for every one of us here. That's the reason why each one of us are different in every single way. Our body is different. Our brain is different. We might look a little bit the same, but we are still different. So I guess that's, even if it's in podcasting, you still have to be able to communicate with one another as a community and help one another. It was, one thing that was very got me is when Dave Lee replied saying that he wanted to be a part of Hey Podcasters. I didn't think he will say yes. And when he said yes, and I was like, that it is my type of business, man. I want to be around. He did not deny it because he sees it as a community. Even we are doing similar things, but all we're doing is support one another. It's not a competition here. And I think that's how women have to look at it. It's not a competition. Support one another. Just do not steal each other ideas, because even if someone try to steal WomELLE, you can ever make WomELLE the way I make my WomELLE, because mine is different. Will always be different even if you try to copy it. So don't even go there, but try to learn what that person is doing and put it into your own way and make your own things happen. And that way you will see things change. You will see the process. You will see the progress of your business. And stop taking long break. I see women take a lot of long break. They fight with the husband. Well, I'm going to take 1 year off. I'll be back next year. One person tell them they didn't like the product. They quit. No, don't do that. Your product is not for everyone. And if you have a personal issue, put it aside and continue with your business anyway.
Wow.
Because personal issue will never stop. Even in business, issues will never stop. You will have hundreds of clients that do not like your products. It's okay. But you also have another 1,000 that like it. So it's just never stop. For me, that's how I see it, Margo. I do not stop. It doesn't matter what you said. I believe in WomELLE and I'm going to continue. You want to sue me? Bring it on. I'm ready. So I'm ready for anything.
See, this is why people can't, I really look at people who say, I Google everything. I don't need a coach. I don't need this. They don't, tell the truth. You don't want to invest in yourself. Now, we all heard the passion. We all heard the skill that you bring to mentoring. And I tell you what, I wouldn't even be here were it not for you. I'll tell the world that. Because when you move from employee mentality to entrepreneur, I think that you're going to be on that road of learning forever and a day and finding your own voice. Mm-hmm. So I hope everybody heard, really, I don't care if you are a podcaster and you say, I'm going to create a business. You better pay attention to what Naghilia just said, because she's like Evo Terra. She condensed a whole lot into a little bit of time. So somebody needs to be chewing on that. We don't have to steal from each other. That's wasted energy.
Yes.
What I take away from everything that you said is preserve your energy, put it in the right places so that you can grow, so that people can align themselves with you. And you know what, Naghilia? We have every right to decline these offers of collaboration with people who are here and there and here and there, and we're not sure about what the heck they're doing at any given time, and we don't know that this time next year they're going to even align with what we're doing when we've established ourselves. This is what I'm doing. You can go down around the corner, under the bridge, and around the corner if you want to. But when you get back, I'll be right here doing my thing.
Exactly. I'll be right here doing exactly what I was doing yesterday and the day before that and the day. It's like,
yeah.
I think that like you were saying, if you're starting a business, you need either you want a business coach or you want a mentor. Either way, you need one. But for me, the way I mentor is it's a little bit different than most people. I don't like classes because not everyone is like that. I like to teach in real life example, meaning like I take your hands and I take you to the real world and I teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the way I mentor. That it's a little bit different, a little bit more intense, I would say. And I'm a little bit more too tough, some people said. Well, the names goes on, but either way, it's a good thing because you get your hands dirty in the real world. You don't have someone telling you, fill out this form, take this course, and go on your way. You're good to go. No, it's not. It doesn't work. It's for me. It doesn't, because I like people to teach me. I like you to hold my hands and show me how to do it.
It's worth it. Every hour in all tough conversations are just worth it, because guess what? You don't know what you don't know. So I'm 67 years old. You are far from 67 years old. So what do I look like talking about? Well, I'm 67 years old and I've lived 80,000 years and you can't tell me nothing. But I've lived the majority of that time as an employee. Excellent, stellar employee. I can tell you all about that. But when I want to go ahead and make sure that I'm taking her business, her voice, her conversation from hobby to business, then you had to pull and tug, and yet we sojourn on to make sure that this is a business. So, all bets are off on what you think you know. And you have to pray that you are blessed with someone who cares about what you're doing, where you're headed. They see where you're headed. Mm-hmm. And this thing keeps growing. You have to, I'm the same way with podcasting. To me, the teach you how to podcast in 1 hour is not sufficient. You need 7, 8, maybe even 9 weeks of accountability and, coursework. So that somebody who gets in there in the dirty with you, who challenges your thought process. Because if you're going to build a podcast, it has to be sustainable. And you want to monetize off of it eventually. But if you build it haphazard, lackadaisical, I'll just throw this little piece of spackle on it. I guess I'll just throw that window in it, in a window where it doesn't even need to be. If you don't build the thing right, then you're not going to have something later on down the road. There's so many opportunities for podcasters these days until build it right the first time so that you can be ready for the opportunities. When WomELLE is inviting you to be a part of that fabulous magazine, then all your stuff is together. The last thing you have to worry about is building out your podcast and scurrying and pushing this up and putting that up. No. And that is such a relief when someone asks you to guest on their podcast. Mm-hmm. The last thing you have to worry about is how shipshape is my podcast. You can pop your hood and say, it does this, it does that. And when they ask you questions, it's just like having a business plan. I always heard never let somebody else build your business plan, because when you go to the bank, you need to be able to answer those questions, or you're going to be looking like a deer in the headlights. Same thing for your podcast. Build that podcast from the ground up. And when people ask you about it, because it's yours.
Exactly.
You built it. It has your voice, your persona. It has your swagger. When they hear you one time and they listen to you again, they're not going to say, well, who was the host? They don't sound the same. Now, you can trade out mics, but the essence of who you are has to be there.
Exactly.
Okay, I digress, but I just was feeling that.
But we say all that is that to tell, I guess what we're trying to tell people is that, hey, podcasters, bring all of these different podcasters that can help you. You actually can learn from them.
Yes.
To build your podcast the correct way. And you can listen to the tips that they have to offer, because little things you never know. Listening to someone, even if they're not talking about podcasting itself, but there's something you might learn from it. Ideas come out of it. Other things come out. It's good to listen to these people and learn from it. And we have Dev that's been podcasting for a long time. Evo, oh my goodness. And even we have Chris, which is a great businessman that is podcast Expo. Oh my goodness!
Yes.
When I watch them over the years, it's like he's been doing something fantastic for podcasters. So you can learn a lot from this type of people. Even when I listen to a few of Coach Janine on YouTube, it's like bringing doing something globally to actually from people from Africa can come to United States, learn from people in United States. People in United States can learn from Africa. This is huge. And I like the John show also, John and Ashley. And
Oh,
that one,
yes.
even I'm not in the market looking for a date, don't get me one, but I love what they are doing because a lot of these things they are talking about, yeah, my mom forgot to tell me that, and that too, this one too, so you learn a lot.
Yes.
Even it's about
yes.
relationship, it's about love, but hey, who doesn't need that, you know? So
it.
you can learn from all these podcasters.
Plus, John and Ashley put a spin on this thing. They go after the predators in this world. They go after the ones that exploit people in relationships. And it was creepy, but it was intriguing to speak with them. And these are the things our parents don't tell us. Some of our parents don't even know about these things that happen underground in the dark. And our kids and even ourselves, if we're not careful, we will be exposed to these things that are so terrible in this world.
Yes.
But over on Hey Podcasters, there are already how many do we have over there at the end as we start this celebration? I think we have 13
about 14, I believe.
conversation.
14 conversation only adding to it.
These folks are talking about some stuff. I mean, fabulous one-on-one conversations, and then the panel discussions, where we agree to disagree, or people coming from terrestrial radio are chiming in with established podcasters that don't know anything about terrestrial radio. I mean, interesting conversations. This thing of, do we charge people to guest on podcasts? That's always a hot topic. The different ways people look at it. And then, wait a minute, those of us over 40, we have the audacity to get together and talk about podcasting. Hey, we not new kids on the block, So it was an honor to just be able to get this to Hey Podcasters. And if you don't get the academic information that comes from listening to all of these conversations, I know that there's that element of inspiration. And we all need that thing of inspiration. Imposter syndrome is real. We fall into the clutches of that deadly suicide run of comparing ourselves, and we have people on board that can bring you out of all of that. One heck of a celebration all month long. Can you believe it? I don't think anybody's doing a month-long celebration.
But it's worth it, Margo. It's worth it. Yes. Because we work hard all year long. Either you're a podcaster or you're a business person. Either way, you are working super hard to grow your business, help people. It's a lot of work. I know because I have a lot on my shoulder every day. But it's worth also taking a break and celebrate you. Celebrate what you accomplish. Stop just chasing. Take a break. See what you accomplished over the years, because you'll be surprised what you have done. You just never take the time to see it.
Boy, and you tell me that all the time. And I am so grateful when I step back and take a look. And then you can say, whoa, you believe, yeah, it's not. I did that.
I did that. Yeah, it feels good to look back to say, oh my goodness, I did that. And oh my god, this one too. I did that. Yes, you did, girl. Yes, you did, dude. You did it all by yourself. You did it. But you're not gonna see it until you take a break and celebrate yourself. And that's what Hey Podcasters bring for podcasters, is to celebrate you. And even after the month of September, we can always have an interview with you. We can always talk about your podcast. We can always stop and celebrate you with an interview. It's good to stop. And one thing I realized that is podcasting is media.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a podcaster, you have to put yourself out there.
Say that.
You have to, because your voice is all you have. So you gotta go out there and put it. So if you want to be a guest in Hey Podcasters, if you can always go to heypodcasters.com and reach out to us. Your host, Margo Lovett, will be more than happy to have a heck of a conversation with you. Trust me, her conversation are like, whew, she get the best out of me today.
But I love that you brought that to the forefront, that Hey Podcasters is a place where you can refresh yourself and you can get the media coverage that you deserve. So it's really not a one-hit wonder type of, oh, just for September, this is where we're housing all of these grand conversations. No, this is becoming a mecca. It's becoming a filling station. It's becoming all things for podcasters globally. So as the month goes on, we'll talk about that. We'll fill in more blanks, correct?
Absolutely. And you probably will see my face more often. And don't get me wrong, because I do talk a lot sometimes. Sorry about that. But but I think I'm going to work better on that. I'll try to keep them at 1 minute.
But this was huge. I mean, and this we decided this will go unscripted. We'll just let people know what it's all about, because people have been trying to figure out, Hey Podcasters, a month-long celebration. It's just not the traditional webinar summit, and everybody we always want to package and categorize what it's all about. So, this time had to be spent so that people could get a better idea about the who, what, when, where, and how. Took back old school journalism.
Absolutely. And if you have any questions, you can always go to heypodcasters.com. You can reach out. You can also reach out to WomELLE, and you can also reach out to Margo herself. And either one of us will be able to help you. But we are here for September. We're going to celebrate podcasters. If you want to join us, let's celebrate together. I want to hear what you are doing as a podcaster, and I want to listen to your podcast. There's so many podcasts out there. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to sit and search all of them. But if you're watching this video, or you want me to listen, you want Margo to listen, and you want the rest of the world to listen to it, please come on over, and we'll be more than happy to share it and celebrate you, because you done this. You create something and you want people to hear it because it's valuable.
So valuable. Before we wrap this up, can we tell them about what's going on September the 30th? Shall we drop a little nugget on that?
You go first.
Well, gracious Dave Lee, who is him and his dad, Steve, 7 years ago, they created International Podcast Day. And it is September the 30th. Dave Lee gave a stellar, humble, heartfelt conversation, and you'll find it over on Hey Podcasters. And he said this year, it's all about us coming together. They're going to celebrate with people all over the globe. We are some of the people that they're going to celebrate with. So September the 30th is International Podcast Day, the day. And that is going to be the culmination of Hey Podcasters. That's where we're going to meet over on Zoom, because Zoom can accommodate it. Squadcast cannot accommodate everybody. And we are going to let everybody bring their coffee, their orange juice, their mimosa, their wine, whatever you drink. Let's meet up over there and let's have conversations. Let's network. Let's celebrate each other. So
I'm excited, and I'm not even a podcaster.
But you are a supporter. And you know what, Naghilia? As we spoke, I thought this month is going to help those that support podcasters support at a deeper level, a greater understanding, because man, just doing these conversations and leading out the panels, I saw the people behind the work of podcasting. And at the end of the day, nobody was just doing it haphazardly. They've invested time. Even the newbies on the block are past pod fade, that dreaded 8. They're on down the road, and that, We are connected with some awesome people. I know that we're going to connect with more people on the 30th and even before the 30th. We'll meet some awesome folks.
I'm just looking forward to hear what they have to say and the things they are doing. It's just fantastic to see how big people are doing. I mean, like how people are doing big things out there that not a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm just like an explorer that's like to know, oh my goodness, you did this, you're doing that. This is awesome. I love to hear these things. And I think also that kind of like give you hope, you know?
Yes.
When you see other people are doing things, it's not just you. You don't feel alone in this world. It's like watching what Chris is doing, what Evo is doing. It's like you have John and Ashley. You have Coach Janine. You see,
Dr. Elo.
Yes, Dr. Elo. That's another one. I was watching some of his video on YouTube. It's like you see these people are doing fantastic work, and you realize that I'm not alone. You just have to reach that community and be a part of it. And that's what Hey Podcasters is created. Either you are a podcaster or you're just a supporter of podcasters, you can always come over and just support and be a part of it.
Yes. That's important.
Yes, it is.
That's very important. When do you want people to begin to go over to Hey Podcasters? Do we have a date where we can actually start sending people on over? Because I've been telling people, hey, slow your roll. We're celebrating all month. We're doing it in a different way. So just hold up, partner. Hold up.
This project, I know it was going to be a lot of work. I just didn't know that it's going to overrun my stuff. I personally go to sleep at 1 a.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. and just working. My entire birthday, I work on Hey Podcasters the entire day. It's a lot of work. It's a lot that's behind the scene that people don't even know about, from the artwork to the cleaning the videos, the audios, and then uploading them, add them to the website, making sure the website's properly. It's a lot behind it, and everything will be ready for you to check it out tomorrow on Friday. And every podcaster that is a part of it will also receive all of the artwork, and they can start promoting it. But for now, we are still celebrating podcasters, and we'll keep posting on social media. And you also can reach out and say hi, even if you're not a podcaster, just say hi. We love people when people say hi. It's just cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
When you see the posts on social media, just share them with your community.
Exactly.
It's this thing of cross-pollination. One person knows 20 people, next person knows 40 people, and before you know it, why can't we touch the globe in 1 month? Why can't everybody show up larger than life, as they say, they're just from the social media posts and the graphics. WomELLE, oh my God, the graphics are just woo. I'm telling you, you don't want to sleep on this opportunity to be here.
Exactly. And not only that, Margo, sorry, it's another thing is when you share it with your community, you might also help someone in your community that you didn't know that want to be a podcaster. Or maybe that person learned something that one of the podcasters saying, or a topic they covered. So you sharing it actually helping your own community as well. So I think that's the number one reason to actually share it, because you never know.
Don't assume that nobody cares besides you. You don't know.
You don't know.
So, and I love also the fact that podcasters are going to come to realize that they are media, and they have to do something about that. They have to make some changes, especially going into a new year. God has blessed us that another year comes our way. More of us have to have that digital and that print footprint. That's just the bottom line, because we are media. We have to own it. We have to begin to own that.
Absolutely.
So, gosh.
I'm just ready. Hey Podcasters is for all podcasters, for all podcaster supporters. Let's come together. Let's have fun. Let's bring a community together. Let's support each other. Even if you're a business person, you can learn. We all have
Yeah.
space to learn. And these podcasters, I'm telling you, they have something to teach. And you want to learn it because I'm learning.
I tell you that on that happy note, I am speechless. All I can say is ditto. Sure enough. Oh yeah. Are we going to come back weekly and kind of give a recap? Is that the plan?
Absolutely. Every week we'll come live and then we'll give you what's going on, what you should be looking out for, and the things that we learn from other podcasters. Maybe you should go and listen to it. You can learn from it. Little tips that can help you, especially if you want to be a podcaster. Margo Lovett herself is a great podcaster, but also a great teacher when it's come to teaching podcasting. So giving you tips and things that can help you throughout the month, it's important too for Hey Podcasters. So we'll be back and you're going to hear us a lot. I just promise to talk less. That's all. I think.
Well, hey, wait a minute. You talked more this time than you did in March when we collaborated.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I think
right.
you're kind of excited about this thing here, you know? Wait a minute. You may become a podcaster. Who knows?
Hey, you never
Who can
know.
say?
I for some reason, I'm learning a lot, and I'm learning it from the best.
Well, hey, we both love what we do, bringing something awesome to the world. So, what one last comment or before we wrap it up? We've almost been here an hour.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, y'all. Yeah. 50 minutes, 51 minutes and counting.
Oh, the time is kicking. Should we go like 1, 2, 3? Happy New Year! I think the last thing I would like to say is if you need help with starting a podcast, you can reach out to Margo. You can go to her website to learn more, or just call her. Actually, she likes to talk. You'll be surprised. And if you want to be a part of Hey Podcasters, just go over to heypodcasters.com. You can reach out to us. You can call WomELLE. You can also reach out to Margo. Either one of us will be able to help you be a part of the celebration. It's good to celebrate. Take a break and celebrate your success. I even celebrate my failures. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I do. I celebrate them because I learned from them. Every time I fail, I got to learn something. I celebrate that. So it's okay to take a break and celebrate what you have done. And that's what Hey Podcasters bring to the table with a lot of great podcasters and great business people. So come on over, be a part of it, listen to the conversation, say hello, share it, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can give us a thumb down. Wait, we don't have that. Just give us a thumbs up.
But leave some comments
Yes.
because, likes are good, but we are hungry for comments. We want to hear from you, and just like Naghilia said, go over to Hey Podcasters. I think there's a form over there for them to fill out also. Take action. Now is take action. That's all I can say. Man, yeah, be a guest. Take action. Leave comments. Don't hide behind a thumbs up or a like. Take time to participate. You have a whole month to take time to participate. Every time you see a post, like yesterday, Naghilia, your folks launched the post that has Evo Terra, Chris Kremisos, Dr. Elo, and yes. Wonderful graphic. Comment on that. Hey, I love what you fellas are doing. I'm a part of Podfest. Comment. Be involved, okay? This is something that we've never done before. This is not something that we've heard other people do before. But guess what? It's being done. So participate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I felt myself getting on a soapbox.
And if anything, you have a voice.
Yes.
And I love to hear that voice, and there's other people who want to hear it. So be a guest. Let people hear your voice, what you have to say. Because when you have something to say, you just have to say it. Get it out of your stomach, which is that's what I'm doing right now.
Me too.
Just say it. So be a guest. You can go over to heypodcasters.com, fill out the form, and be a part of it. Celebrate. let's celebrate you. Tell us what you are doing. You're just starting a podcast, or just starting a business, and I have a podcast on it. Whatever you are doing, share it with the world, because I don't know it, Margo don't know it. I'm pretty sure Chris do not know it, Dave don't know it, Eva don't know it, Dr. Hilo don't know it, September don't know it. All these people that is a part of Hey Podcasters, they don't know it, and they want to hear it too. So come on over, share your information, be a part of the celebration. Let's be a big community and celebrate together.
I think on that happy note, enough said. What do you think, dear lady?
Oh, I think I talked too much for the day. I'm just gonna be quiet for the rest of the day.
I think that it was fine. And I appreciate this time. Wow. Tomorrow is Friday, the first week of September. So then you'll see us back again, and we are going to go ahead and we're going to follow up and do some more things and have more conversations, and never shut up, dear lady. You come with an arsenal of information that we all need.
What can I say? I can't. I'm just going to try. When you kind of go for a second, you kind of, I can't help it. Come on, let me talk.
I just have one more thing to say. I know, it's bubbling up in you.
So as you can see, this video will not be edited. We're going to publish it the way it is, because we like to have fun. And that's what we did today. So we welcome you to come to Hey Podcasters and learn, have fun, and support one another. And that's what we do at WomELLE, and that's what Margo Lovett also do with Podcast Academy Online. We support each other. And as you can see, me and Margo collaborate a lot. It's a habit of us.
But it's hard to find people to collaborate.
Yes.
And anybody who's honest, they know that. So when you get like-minded people that carry on, so like opportunities just come up.
Exactly.
So
and they like to collaborate. As long as I can follow your points. I can see what you're doing. You're not changing everything you do every day. Hey, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to collaborate with you. You just have to prove it to me first. That's all.
See? Hey, I learned from the best. Same here. I'm not putting my wagon to just anything that's moving.
Okay, guys, we're going to be quiet now. We're going to let you go. It's been 1 hour with you, and I was grateful to be here. Thank you, Margo. And I'm glad to celebrate podcasting and celebrate Margo as a podcaster and every single podcasters in the world. Keep doing what you are doing. Please do not stop. I love what you're doing, and other people in the world love what you are doing as well. So use your voice, let the message out, support your community, and support other people.
Amen and diddle to that. We'll see you all over on Hey Podcasters, okay? It looks like Friday, everything begins.
Absolutely.
All right? But be on the lookout for the posts that are coming out, the social media posts, and share, comment, and comment.
She's a singer now.
Okay,
that's new.
I'm gonna hit.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, here we go. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Hey Podcasters. That's it for this week's episode. Be sure to follow us in your favorite podcast app or connect with us on heypodcasters.com so that you don't miss our next episode. We wish you happy podcasting and see you in the next episode.